Hey, I'm the Autarkic Flame.
And I'm Crazer.
And today, this is a toughie. This is Amaterasu from Okami.
And Fawful from the Mario & Luigi RPG series.
Alright, let's get to it. First up is personality backstory.
Alright, if you don't mind, I'll start.
Go ahead.
I personally think that Fawful has a much better personality. I mean, Fawful's pretty much like the comedy go-to in the entire, just about Nintendo franchise. I mean, he's just about the funniest written character in the, like, just about any Nintendo game ever made. Like, arguably, but, you know, he's up there. In terms of backstory, I also think it would be Fawful, because he's got a, like, you don't really know how he started off. He's sort of, like, in mystery, but, like, when he was, I guess, Kecletta's right-hand man or whatever, you know, that was pretty interesting. I guess you could call that backstory, because his main role was in number 3, when he took over Mushroom Kingdom. So, yeah.
Well, personality, Amaterasu has none. Ami is basically, God, and she's a silent protagonist. Right there, well, and also, she's a wolf. And most wolves don't talk. I mean, granted, Ami is God, but when you're God and a wolf, it kind of complicates things on the personality side. I mean, it's a cute, lovable wolf, but that's about it. But backstory, well, again, Amaterasu is God. It's basically like it was defeated a long time ago as Shiranui by Orochi, and I'm not going to give anything as to what the actual plot of the game is here. Like, that's just, I guess, exposition given at the beginning. But then she's resurrected 100 years later when Orochi resurfaces, and well, she has to regain all of her powers and restore order to Japan. But in terms of this one, personality really goes a long way, and
I mean, the backstories, well, Amaterasu probably has a better one. Fawful is not lacking in that category, and he really excels in personality, so
one could say that he may be lacking in beef, but he doesn't lack at all in personality, so definitely Fawful for this one. So
well, nothing. Alright, so achievements. Achievement, you know, Fawful's done pretty good. I mean, as Kecletta's right-hand man, he was pretty close to stopping Mario Luigi multiple times, but he really shone in the third one where he, I guess, really took over the Mushroom Kingdom, assimilated with the Dark Star. He did pretty damn good. I mean, Bowser's tried for a long time to take over the Mushroom Kingdom, and Fawful, I guess he did it. He actually did.
And Amaterasu, though, well, she's done a lot more. Well, then again, well, she's God. She's killed a giant 8-headed serpent 3 times, and believe it or not, that's honestly not as cool as it sounds. In fact, it's really annoying. She's basically saved multiple regions of Japan. She's killed off an evil, larger clone of her, Ninetales, and in the end, she defeats the Lord of Darkness itself, Yami. So she has saved the world, brought light back to Japan, and she's managed to survive, like, the destruction of her home territory, the Celestial Plane. So, in the end, I think Amaterasu wins this one simply because, well, she's God. So
1-1.
Alright.
Alright, iconic status. Ooh,
This one is a lot easier, in my eyes anyway. When you think of the Okami box, or just Okami in general, if you haven't played the game, whenever you think of Okami, you just think of that wolf. You don't know what it's called.
Most people would probably call it Okami, just straight up.
Exactly, like, the wolf, you'd call it Okami, and, like, it's not, it's Amaterasu, right? And that just says it right there. People don't know who Amaterasu is. So in this one, like, but everyone knows and loves Fawful. Like, he is just the funniest thing in Nintendo history, and, like, he's just, I don't think anyone can top that, for now, at least. Amaterasu can't, so that's 2-1 for Fawful.
Alright, so in terms of the fight, I'm not sure which variation of Fawful I should go with on this one, because he was quite strong in Superstar Saga. I would actually say more so than he was in the third game, before he assimilated with the Darkstar, of course.
In the first one, he had his little shield ship thing.
Shield ship, and you know he could shoot fireballs out of his hat, I guess you want to call it.
Oh yeah, and then... But in the third one, he had access to, like, portals and stuff as Dark Fawful, and eventually when he assimilates with the Darkstar, he becomes huge, although not as difficult or dangerous, in my opinion.
I honestly do not... I think Fawful would probably lose in this fight. I mean...
Especially because... Oh wait, by far, like, Amaterasu, I've said many times, is God, and it shows. Like... You cannot die in Okami. Like, you almost cannot die. Like, it is possible to die, but unless you really suck at the game, there is nothing that can kill you. And she's got, like, access to...
Celestial Brush.
Yeah, the Celestial Brush, like, countless weapons, like, giant-ass swords with elemental properties, like, she can shoot bullets of ink. Yeah, it's a little better than it sounds, and, honestly, like, she's God. I honestly think she might be one of the...
You know, I don't think Fawful's got anything on that.
And I think she might actually be one of the strongest competitors in the entire who would win in a fight category, so definitely this one's for Amaterasu, and that means it's a 2-2 split between Fawful and Amaterasu, so...
Which means you guys get to pick who wins.
Yep, and until then, I'm the Autark of Flame.
And I'm Crazer.
See you next time.